Very good morning, children. In Chapter 5, Soil, we have completed the following exercises, which are: first, A. Take the correct answer. Then B. Fill in the blanks with the correct word. C. Name the following. And now we will start the D exercise, that is, answer the following questions. So, children, I hope you all have done all the above exercises which I have shown you. So today, ready for completing the last exercise, that is D. Answer the following questions. So one by one, there are 7 questions. One by one, we will do the question and answer. First question: how does soil support life on the earth? So soil is very important. So in this question, it is asked, what is the importance of soil for the life? Or we can say, how the soil support life on the earth. Life is possible only on the earth, planet earth. So because the presence of soil, so what is the connection between the life and the soil on the earth? So let us start the answer, children. So question is, how does soil support life on the earth? Answer: soil is the base for the life. It supports life on the earth. Soil is the home for plants roots, microorganisms, and some big animals like earthworms, ants, and snakes and rabbits, etc. So how the soil support life? Because in the soil is what? Soil is the base for the life or for the development of life on the earth. Soil provides home for the microorganisms like fungi, bacteria, some bigger animals like earthworm, ants, snakes, rabbits, and the home for the plant's roots. Because children, roots are the underground part of the plant, which is only part which is present under the soil. So soil contains plant's roots. So by this soil supports life on the earth. There is a complete life or complete ecosystem. There is a complete ecosystem which is developed under the soil. So we must say that soil is important, or without soil, life could not be possible on the earth. Now the next question, number 2. What is weathering? What is weathering? So the weathering definition of weathering is the process of breaking down of rocks by the action of sun, wind, and water is called weathering. In the starting of this chapter, we have discussed the weathering process. In the ancient time, when the Stone Age, at the time of Stone Age, where the bigger mountains and stones are there. So at that time, the amount of soil is not very well developed and present, because of the presence of bigger mountains and stones. But as the time passes, these stones or these part of the mountain start breaking down into the smaller powdered form of the rocks, and this powdered rocks are termed as soil. So how the stone converts into the powdered soil? By the action of sunlight, wind, and water. So the process of breaking down of rocks by the action of sun, wind, and water is called weathering. So weathering is the process by which, actually weathering is the breaking down process of the bigger rocks into the powdered soil by the action of sunlight, wind, and water. Now the next question, number 3, that is, define soil erosion. Give any 3 causes of soil erosion. So soil erosion. Soil erosion is what? Degradation of the topsoil, top layer, that is fertile layer. So removal of the topsoil or removal of the fertile layer of the soil. So how it removes? The process of wearing away of the topsoil by the action of wind or water. Excessive excessive amount of water and the speedy air. Speedy air removes the top layer of the soil, or the fertile layer of the soil is removed by the action of wind or water, is termed as soil erosion. So what is soil erosion? Soil erosion is the process in which the wind and water, the speedy wind and the excessive amount of water, we can say the flood. So more excessive amount of water and speedy wind removes the top layer of the soil, is termed as soil erosion. Now the next part of this question, give any 3 causes. So we have to write here the 3 reasons or 3 causes of soil erosion. What are the 3 responsible factors of soil erosion? So the 3 possible factors are, 3 causes of soil erosion are wind, water and human activities. You know, the fast wind or fast moving air removes the topsoil or removes the top layer or fertile layer of the soil. Whereas the water, excessive amount of water, also replaces or removes the fertile layer, that is the top soil of the soil. So this is wind and water. And now the third point is human activities. Of course, some human activities are also responsible for the soil erosion, like the deforestation. And deforestation means cutting of trees. Due to the continuous cutting of trees for the development of their infrastructure, for the development of their industrial area, they start cutting rapidly their plants or trees, so that no trees are there to hold the soil, no roots of the trees are available to hold the soil. That is why the soil erosion will take place. Okay, so there are some more human activities are also responsible, like plowing of slopy hills, continuous grazing of the animals. So these are the responsible factor or reason of soil erosion. I hope you all have understood. So after this, the next is, what is soil made up of? What is soil made up of? So we have to write the composition of soil. So the question will come in like this also. In the examination, the question will come in this pattern also. Okay, write down the composition of soil, or what is the soil made up of. So in both the questions, we have to write the thing by which soil is made up of. So soil is made up of gravel, sand, clay particles and humus. Gravel is the bigger rough stones, sand, you know, sand, and the clay particles, and humus. Humus is what? Humus is a dead remains of plants and animals. So children, you know, gravel, sand, clay particles, these are the non-living part of the soil, whereas the living part of the soil is humus. So humus, which contains dead remains of the plants and animals, which make our soil fertile. Soil also contains, a part of these gravel, sand and clay particles and humus, soil also contains air, water and microorganisms. Air, you know, because microorganism or some certain creature are they are also found inside the soil, or they also live in the soil, like earthworms, like cockroaches, like rabbits, snakes, bacteria. So these are the some certain creature or living organisms who live under the soil or inside the soil. So if they are living, it means oxygen, they are getting oxygen inside the soil. So air is present in the soil. Water, of course, water content is also found in the soil, and microorganism like bacteria and fungi. So we can say that soil is made up of living and non-living, both the things. So in non-living things, gravel, sand, clay particles, and in the living, humus Microorganisms, these are the living part. Okay, so I hope you all have understood. Now the next question, what is the importance of humus? So here we have to write down the word. We have so many times we have heard the word humus. Actually it is very important for this chapter. So here the question is humus. Definition of humus is made up of dead plants and animals in the soil. Humus is made up of dead plants and animals in the soil. It is a dark organic matter. It is a dark organic matter because it is made by the living part. So it is made up of, here the organic word is written, because all the living part like dead remains of plants and animals, they are living. So they are the part of the, earlier they are the part of the living thing. So it is organic matter. Now the importance of humus. Why the humus is important? So first of all we have to we have discussed what is humus, and secondly we are discussing, or we have written the importance of humus. Why the humus is important for the soil? So children, humus is important for the soil because humus improves soil conditions. Humus improves soil condition. This statement covers all the things inside it. This single statement contains all the answers. And what are all the part? It provides nutrients and fertility for plants and other creatures. Means humus. It means humus provides, or it gives nutrients and fertility for plants and other living creatures. Secondly, it helps or improves the water holding capacity of the top soil. The humus also improves the water holding capacity. Yes, if the humus is not present in the soil, because every soil is different. Some soil catches the water molecules perfectly, so that the water amount of water is, the availability of water is good in that area, and thus the crop production is good. On the other hand, there are some type of soils which are very dry and they don't have enough water molecules. So the vegetation or the plants and crops are of different kinds. Okay. So the third point is it improves habitat for soil organisms. Habitat is what? Habitat is the living area. So humus also helps to increase the amount of living organisms, because humus is a very nutritious thing. It is made by the organic matter of the dead remains, plants and animals. So if these humus content is present in a certain area, so or a living thing like earthworm, like cockroaches, like snakes and other type of organisms will easily get the food in that particular area. So these are the importance of humus. Now the next question, number 6. What is soil conservation? Describe any two methods of conserving soil. Here, soil conservation. Children, soil erosion, we have discussed here soil erosion. Now soil conservation. This is the contrast word, means just opposite to the soil erosion. So soil conservation, according to the definition, protection of soil against soil erosion is called soil conservation. To protect the soil, to protect or maintain the quality of the soil. Okay, that is soil conservation. So soil conservation is done against the soil erosion, right? So the two methods of soil conservation are, first is afforestation. You know how you conserve the soil. So we have to write the two specific methods. The two specific methods, which are afforestation, means plantation or planting trees, planting more and more trees, actually improves the or protects the soil. So this is a very effective method of soil conservation, because roots of the trees, if we plant trees, more trees, then roots of the trees holds and binds the soil. So by this they do soil conservation, because trees, if the more trees are there, if the trees are proper amount of trees are there, their roots are properly, their roots will properly hold the soil, and thus the soil will not move from their original place. So by this, by the afforestation, or by the planting more and more trees, we can protect our soil. The next point is terrace farming. You know, terrace farming or step farming. This terrace farming or step farming is basically very helpful for the hill station or hilly areas. For hills, steps are made to reduce the soil erosion. Steps reduces the speed of flowing water, because you know the slopes are like this. So if the water flows in this slopy area, the soil will also flow along with the flowing water. But if we have made a barrier in the form of steps, these are the steps. So steps act as a barrier. The water flows from upward to the downward direction, and it carries the soil with them by the presence. And if the steps are present or terrace are present, then the amount of soil and water will stop here or deposit here. It will not move in the next step. So by the help of these steps, we can easily protect our soil in the hilly slopes. So for hills, steps are made to reduce the soil erosion. Steps reduces the speed of flowing water and the amount of soil carried by water. This terrace farming is helpful for hilly areas. So children, this is the question number 6. I hope you all have understood. Now after this, there is one question which has been left, that is question number 7. Here in this question number 7, you have to do explain soil profile with the help of a labeled diagram. So this question I will give you or I will explain you in my next video. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you all have understood all the answers and all the explanation of the answers. Children, please do all the question and answer in a very neat and tidy way in your classwork copy. Thank you for watching this video.